This is Child's Pose to Cobra. So we are going to be combining two pretty common yoga poses, Child's Pose and Cobra. And I love this exercise because you're moving your spine from flexion to extension, And it's just a great exercise that I hope that most of you will do every day. Just incorporate it into your morning routine, your evening routine. It's really great for the health of the spine. So what we're going to do is we'll start on hands and knees. We'll move into Child's Pose first. Hold it for typically somewhere between 5 and 10 seconds, and then we'll move right into Cobra, about a 3-second hold, and then we'll just keep repeating that. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get on hands and knees. Your hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, and if you're on a yoga mat, I really like to separate my knees to the width of the mat, but if you're not on a mat, that's totally fine. Just separate your knees some, whatever feels good on your body, and you're going to bring your toes together, and we're just going to relax our hips back into Child's Pose, and you're also going to reach long with your arms, like you're reaching to the other end of the mat, and you're going to allow your forehead to rest on the mat. So it'll look something like this. And then you're going to come up. We're going to bring our knees together a little bit, and we're going to lower ourselves down. Your hands are going to be beside your chest, your legs are together, and the tops of your feet are on the ground. And then when you're ready, you're just going to take a breath in and press up into Cobra. So your elbows, just make sure you keep those close to your body. You can look up a little if it feels good on your neck. And relax all the way down. Take a breath in as you press all the way back. We're separating our knees again. Toes are together. Sit back into Child's Pose. Reach long with those arms. And press up. We're bringing the legs together a little. We're lowering ourselves down. And go ahead and take a breath in. Pressing up into Cobra. And breathe out, relax all the way down. And that is your Child's Pose to Cobra. I typically like to recommend at least 5 cycles, and one cycle is Child's Pose, Cobra. That's one. At least 5 cycles of that, just to really see what your body can do. And it takes a little bit for things to kind of loosen up sometimes, your joints, your muscles. So at least 5, maybe up to 10 if you're feeling really stiff. And as I mentioned, typically a 5 to 10 second hold for your Child's Pose. Cobra is about 3 seconds. And I will also say, I pressed up fairly far off the ground into my Cobra, but you don't have to do that. You could do something more like, they call it a baby Cobra. So I'll show you that. You're down here, ready to press up. And so it may look something more like this versus this. The big difference between Cobra and something called up dog is if you see someone with their elbows completely straight, their thighs are typically coming off of the ground, and that's not Cobra. That is another yoga pose called up dog. This is not nearly as strenuous on the spine. Cobra is a gentler spinal extension movement, so just press up off the ground to the point where you feel some resistance in your back. Okay? Give it a try. That's your Child's Pose to Cobra.